getting results. This is News 6 at 6.
Catastrophic, devastating, and shocking. Those are just some of the words being used to describe the damage left behind from Michael. Homes are now gone, buildings are demolished, and debris is just everywhere. And this is only the beginning of a huge undertaking to clean up the Panhandle. This is News 6 at 6. I'm Matt Austin.
And I'm Lisa Bell. So far, Michael is linked to at least 6 deaths and hundreds of thousands of power outages right now. Search and rescue teams are on the ground and in the air looking for survivors. Sky 6 is also in the Panhandle tonight. Our team flew over Mexico and Panama City beaches to see some of the mass destruction. Michael's 155-mile-per-hour wind and 14-foot storm surge caused this apocalyptic-looking scene. 14 feet of water, high enough to cover a 2-story home.
And here's some drone video from Mexico Beach where Michael came ashore as a powerful Category 4 storm, almost a 5. The once gorgeous beachfront city is now just wiped out. Many people who live here saying their lives in Mexico Beach are gone. All their stories just washed away.
Our team coverage after Michael continues right now. News 6's Nadine Yanis is speaking with survivors. Chief Meteorologist Tom Searles is pinpointing Michael's current path. But first we begin with News 6's Eric Sandoval, who saw the damage firsthand today. Eric, he flew over that. What was it like?
We're at the Tallahassee International Airport right now, which has really become the epicenter for military rescue and relief operations right now. We took Sky 6 to the air, and it didn't take long for us to see what Hurricane Michael left behind. In Panama City tonight, this capsized boat shows just the beginning of the damage. Hurricane Michael's 155-mile-an-hour winds ripped roofs off homes. Take a look at this dry dock storage for boats. The ceiling collapsed, taking many of the boats along with it.
There are tight restrictions on who can fly into this area and who can fly out. So we're actually having to rise in altitude to meet those restrictions in order to get to Mexico Beach, right outside this window.
Mexico Beach took the brunt of Michael's fury. Foundations are all that's left in some of the homes that stood here only 24 hours earlier. Seaside restaurants and other businesses are destroyed.
Mexico Beach, it comes straight in from the Gulf right there.
Senator Bill Nelson and Governor Rick Scott were two of the government officials we saw taking off to tour the same damage we saw from Sky 6. Nelson says the destruction is heartbreaking, and he says he's going to make sure relief is on the way.
It's my job to see that the federal government is responding as it should for state and local government.
And you can see right behind me these Navy helicopters right here. They are just part of the puzzle that is launching out of this airport. This is a relief and rescue operation that is expected to last months. We're in Tallahassee tonight. Eric Sandoval, News 6.
Eric, thank you. Michael is now dumping a lot of rain on the Carolinas.
That's an area that does not need it because Florence already caused widespread flooding recently. News 6's chief meteorologist Tom Searles tracking Michael right now. Tom, how long is this thing going to linger?
You know, it's not going to dally. It's moving on really quickly. Look at this stat. Moving to the northeast at 24 miles per hour. The only problem is it's rained already, putting down big rain through all of Georgia, parts of South Carolina and North Carolina right now. 50-mile maintained winds with this system, and once it gets out here, it speeds up, tightens up a bit, and almost gets back to Category 1 strength. Here's what you really need to see. How widespread is the rain? Now remember, it's moving on, so you're not going to end up with like 15 or 20 inches of rain like they did from Hurricane Florence. But 4 inches of rain, 5 inches of rain in spots can't be ruled out. All the way from Richmond to Norfolk, to Elizabeth City, North Carolina, down to Raleigh tonight. Into D.C., the pouring rain is already arriving, and it's drawing a bead on Baltimore, all the way out to Salisbury, Maryland, and eventually this crosses the Chesapeake, crosses over the Delmarva Peninsula, and races out to the northeast. It's a mess. Here in Central Florida, we're just about done with our impacts as the rain will be ending within the hours. I'll be right back to pinpoint the overnight low and talk about an improving weather picture for your weekend.
All right, Tom, thank you. Panama City did not get a direct hit like Mexico Beach, but Michael did not hold back either. Take a look at what's left of this middle school in Panama City. The powerful storm destroyed most of it when it rolled ashore yesterday. The principal says last year, Jenks Middle School welcomed kids from Puerto Rico who were displaced by Hurricane Maria. Now they're dealing with this. That school, not the only building destroyed, far from it. In fact, many homeowners lost their homes and everything inside.
And tonight we are hearing stories from survivors. News 6's Nadine Yanes spoke with one woman today. And Nadine, you know this woman personally and that area because you lived in Panama City for a couple of years.
Lisa, Matt, this was my first job in TV. It was in Panama City. 2 years there. I lived and worked there, met so many wonderful people. Panama City, this is an area of the state that's in essence a true southern town where neighbors are always helping neighbors, and without a doubt that is happening as we speak. Now, since it's about an hour from the interstate, it is tough for rescue crews to get in, but the fact that the community is coming together is what's fueling my friend and one mom to move forward after she lost everything.
I will say that it was honestly like the scariest moment of my life.
Wearing the only clothes she could salvage and with her wedding dress in the back seat, Panama City resident Brittany Cole can't believe she and her family survived Hurricane Michael.
And I thought we were going to be fine. I thought we'd have, some shingles missing, this or that. And now we don't have a home.
She and her husband rode out the storm because they had no choice. Cole works in the medical field and her husband is a deputy. She says he was holding the door shut as Hurricane Michael's winds pushed through, while she and her 3-year-old daughter Charlotte, mom and grandma, hid in the bathroom.
And I would call out my husband and I'm like, "Are you okay?" He's like, I'm okay, stay in the bathroom.
They all made it out without a scratch, but also without a home.
All of our furniture is ruined. My daughter's room, which hurts the most, caved in, and all her stuff is gone.
This mom unnerved by the unknown of what the future will hold, stopping the interview as FHP troopers passed by.
Hold on, FHP's going by. FHP's windows are blown out.
Grateful, though, to see help is on the way.
I mean, this is horrible. To anyone that has come to help us, we thank you. We wouldn't make it without y'all.
So Brittany will be staying with her father-in-law for the next few weeks in Panama City Beach. Ironically, his home was untouched. It's a tough reality for those who live more inland in the Panama City area because they thought that since they were farther from the coast that they would be safer, not knowing that they were going to be pretty much right in the middle of the eye wall of the storm. Lisa.
Just awful, Nadine. Thank you. Around 140 Red Cross volunteers from all across the country gathered today in Orlando to leave for the Panhandle to try and help those in need. They packed cars and vans with supplies at the Holiday Inn by the Orlando airport and departed this afternoon. Now, to see all of the devastating images after Michael, you can head to clickorlando.com. We've posted all sorts of pictures and video of the damage. Just look on our homepage.
Well, history was made in Orlando today. Mayor Buddy Dyer announced the first ever Hispanic police chief for Orlando. Deputy Police Chief Orlando Rolón is taking over for John Mina. Mina is retiring after 27 years to run for the Orange County Sheriff's spot. News 6's Lewis Bolden joins us live outside OPD headquarters tonight. Lewis, you spoke to Rolón today. What did he say?
Well, Matt, Chief Orlando Rolón has lived in the city for 4 decades. He has been with the Orlando Police Department for 25 years. He says he is ready to take his career and this department to the next level.
Words cannot express how honored I am to be the next chief of police.
After 25 years with the Orlando Police Department, Orlando Rolón is now the department's first Hispanic police chief.
To our citizens, we will continue our relentless efforts to reduce crime, build trust, and protect the trust you have given us to serve and protect our community.
Rolón has already served the community for decades, which is one reason Mayor Buddy Dyer says he is the best person for the job.
Chief Rolón has grown through the ranks of OPD the last 25 years.
Rolón has been commander of the Professional Standards Division. He spent 20 years on the crisis negotiation team and served most recently as Bureau Commander for Patrol Services, the department's largest section with over 400 employees.
You are in good hands. Orlando Rolón is going to be a great chief.
He was appointed chief because after 4.5 years in the position, Chief John Mina is retiring to run for Orange County Sheriff. Rolón says as chief, one of his goals will be connecting more with citizens.
That's been our motto here at the Orlando Police Department. We always want to reach the next level. We want to be the most professional, the most efficient agency in the country.
Chief Ralone's wife was at the ceremony today. They are actually celebrating their 10th anniversary today, so this day is special to them for many reasons. He officially takes over as chief on December 2nd. Matt?
Lewis Bolton live for us. Thank you.
Well, sometimes the simplest of things can mean the world to people who are living on the streets.
Tonight at 6, I get a chance to introduce you to one woman who is really getting results for the homeless. How she uses food and kindness to help them feel loved and cared for.
You're watching News 6 at 6, Getting Results. We will be right back.
Sponsored by Florida Hospital, ranked #1 in Orlando by U.S. News and World Report again.